This past year within Call of Duty, we saw the first ever Battle Royale mode released with Black Ops 4's Blackout mode, a Battle Royale set in a universe comprised of various Treyarch locations and lore, and honestly the mode has turned out to be a huge success. I can say without a doubt, Blackout is my favorite part of BO4, and I'm honestly super glad they ended up adding it to the game. But the mode has also raised a lot of questions as of lately, as it is currently unknown what is going to happen to Blackout once Modern Warfare releases here at the end of October. Some people are thinking Blackout will carry over from BO4 to Modern Warfare, and that it will be a fourth mode to play alongside the campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops, while others think that Blackout will remain a Treyarch exclusive for the time being. So that, alongside no direct confirmation of there being a Battle Royale mode included in Modern Warfare as of right now, has a lot of people wondering what secrets Infinity Ward and Activision might have stored up when it comes to the potential fourth mode in MW. Well, this past week we got some pretty interesting news that lines up awfully well with some leaks that we've had floating around for a little while now. So today we're taking a look at the Modern Warfare Battle Royale and why it's looking like the mode is going to be revealed sooner rather than later. However, before we dive into that, if you are new here to the channel and you do want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, ranging from news to leaks to updates and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I post a new video. And of course, if you do enjoy this one, hit that like button, show the video some love, it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the Modern Warfare Battle Royale. So as I mentioned, Battle Royale has been a topic that's really been up in the air for Modern Warfare, since the mode has not been confirmed as being in the game yet, but it has also not been ruled out of the game either. So right now we're really just balancing on a fine line of uncertainty, but as you guys will see, it seems like a Modern Warfare Battle Royale will in fact be happening this year, and quite honestly, it could be done in even better fashion than what we saw with Blackout. Back at the start of the month, Infinity Ward actually made a few comments in response to Battle Royale being brought up. However, at the time, they were kind of contradictive of one another. While talking with IGN, Joe Secott, the co-design director of multiplayer at Infinity Ward, said that Infinity Ward is full of employees that are big fans of the Battle Royale genre, and they're excited to experiment with larger player counts, but for now the team is really just focusing on core multiplayer. Now that comment regarding the larger player counts is in reference to the various modes we're going to have in MP this year, including 2v2, 6v6, 10v10, 20v20, and even 50v50, as there will be a Ground War mode debuted at launch that is capable of hosting upwards of 100 players in a single lobby. And that's pretty important to note, as we'll be bringing that up a bit later on. Anyways, back to the original comment and highlight of this IGN piece, Joe Secott specifically said that the Infinity Ward team is, or at the time was, just focusing on core multiplayer. However, here's where things get really interesting, because only a few short days after Joe Secott made that comment, Joel Emsley, the studio art director for Infinity Ward, took part in a rapid-fire interview with Game Informer, and in this interview, Joe was specifically asked if we would see a Battle Royale mode added into Modern Warfare. And in response to that question, Joel simply responded, "We'll have to wait and see." Joel also stated that he is personally a big fan of Battle Royale games, and prior to returning to Infinity Ward to work on Modern Warfare, he did spend some time at Respawn working on Apex Legends, which is obviously a Battle Royale game. So at first we have, we're just focusing on multiplayer, and then we get, well, we're gonna have to wait and see. And in this context, we're gonna have to wait and see, I feel like really means, yeah, probably, but we just can't announce it yet. So as of the start of August, a Battle Royale mode within Modern Warfare seemed a bit more likely, but then the leaks came into play. Prior to the announcement of Modern Warfare being Call of Duty 2019, a buddy of mine, Long Sensation, actually leaked the title on Twitter, which obviously turned out to be true. Long Sensation has also been correct on quite a few other Modern Warfare related leaks, so he has definitely built up a solid reputation. And with that, he tweeted earlier on this month saying, "So apparently Battle Royale in Modern Warfare will be a free mode to release in early 2020. It will be downloadable as a separate game, but also will still be connected to the core title. Likely the intro will be Infinity Ward, Raven Software, Activision, and then you'll be taken to the main loading screen." So now, taking into consideration Joel Emsley's comments of "we'll have to wait and see," alongside the idea of a Battle Royale mode being a post-launch content addition to the game, suddenly the dots are starting to connect and the stars are aligning ever so nicely. But it doesn't stop there. This past week, we got what is arguably the biggest clue that Modern Warfare will have a Battle Royale mode, and that more than likely it will in fact be developed by Infinity Ward in association with Raven Software and released as a post-launch update. Raven Software previously has filled the support role in development on various titles for all three major dev teams, that being Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, and also Treyarch. And with that, Raven has never really been at the forefront of a Call of Duty project, and thus they're not super vocal on social media like the other three major dev teams are. But it seems like that is going to change because this week we saw that Raven posted a job listing for a community manager position. And if you know a thing or two about the industry, a community manager role usually provides a lot of social media presence for a company, and in the case of Call of Duty, a community manager often relays update news and various things of that nature. So what this seems to be hinting at is that Raven is working on something that is going to be big enough to have its own individual updates and also its own individual following. And by now you probably see where exactly I'm going with this. Between Joel Emsley saying we'll have to wait and see, Long Sensation saying Raven Software is helping develop a post-launch Battle Royale mode for MW, and also Raven posting a job listing for a community manager position, it sure seems an awful lot like Modern Warfare is going to feature a Battle Royale mode, and that it will be primarily developed and ran by Raven Software. And although that is not confirmed to be 100% true right now, it is the most likely scenario at this point based off the information we have available to us, and honestly, it does make a whole lot of sense. Obviously, if Raven is making the Battle Royale mode, then yes, Infinity Ward would be focusing solely on core multiplayer, since BR would not concern them on the more day-to-day end of things. And if the mode is to be separate from the main game but connected via lore and backstory, then the mode would need its own support team, thus the reason for a community manager. Plus, with Infinity Ward already working on the 100-player Ground War mode, the stability for a large-scale mode like Battle Royale is already kinda set in place. Isn't it sweet when all the stars just line up perfectly? I think it's absolutely awesome. And those of you who are wanting to see a Battle Royale mode in Modern Warfare probably agree with that statement. Now honestly, I think this is the best possible situation for this upcoming year, because not only does it give the players wanting a Battle Royale exactly what they're asking for, but it also extends the longevity of the game a ton, and it also relieves a lot of stress and pressure from Infinity Ward. This past year with Black Ops 4, Treyarch had to single-handedly juggle multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies, which ultimately led to Blackout getting more updates than zombies in multiplayer, which didn't really sit too well with quite a bit of the community. But if Raven is taking on Battle Royale while Infinity Ward is focusing on core multiplayer and Spec Ops, that lessens the burden on all sides, which ultimately makes for a much better experience for all of us. So for those of you saying, well, a Battle Royale mode is just going to kill multiplayer again just like it did in Black Ops 4, I don't think that's going to be the case. For those of you hoping that Modern Warfare does not grow boring really fast, a post-launch update featuring a Battle Royale mode would be the single biggest post-launch addition to a Call of Duty game since the World War II overhaul update, and that would be huge for fresh gameplay and content. The way I see it, all parties win in this situation, and I truly hope everything we've talked about here today ends up coming to fruition. Without a doubt, if in fact all of this content we've talked about today is true and it does end up happening, this upcoming year for Call of Duty is going to be huge. Between multiplayer, the campaign, Spec Ops, and potentially Battle Royale, we are going to have plenty of content packed into Modern Warfare, which really just means we, as the player base, come out winning. Not to mention, apparently there's going to be Spec Ops DLC, plus the normal multiplayer DLC, and if there's Battle Royale, I assume that's going to have DLC too, so I'm pretty excited for this upcoming year, I'm not going to lie. With all of that being said though, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated, and it also does really help out the channel. And of course, if you are brand new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, ranging from news to leaks to updates and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on, that way you'll always know when I upload a new video. As always, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. You can find all of those links down in the description below. And once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.